What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Everybody's been talking about this viral situation with Gabriel Scott, TQL. Pay me my money, $8,000. I want to put out the first disclaimer here that Gabriel Scott told me is that him and TQL are good now. They have paid most of it, and he believes that they'll pay the rest, and a lot of it was miscommunication. But today, what we're going to do is talk about what led up to that situation. But he just wants to let everybody know that him and TQL are okay now. But for the rest of the truck drivers that are watching and listening to this podcast on all social medias, what is your relationship with TQL? Because you know what? I think the people at the top of TQL need to see this to be better. I believe that if a company wants to stay in business, if they want to be successful, then they should see what's wrong with their business and try to fix it. Right. So let's get into today's video. But again, Gabriel's not coming on to trash TQL. We don't need my man getting sued for nothing. He's just on here because I've asked him to be on here to talk about the situation, what led up to this, and let's get into it. What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Emails at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Man, this is been one of those ones where people are like, Mutha Trucker, you need to get this guy on your show because he kind of made my day. And we all know what I'm talking about here. Someone was needing some pay. TQL said, pay me my money, $8,000, right? And so I was able to contact Gabriel, get him on the show. So I appreciate you, brother, for being on the show.
Yeah, yeah. My name is Gabriel Scott. Thank you for having me here. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be on here, but I'm glad I'm on here. I'm just here to clarify some, one or two questions and doubts people have out there, and what led to what before, the slogan "Pay me my $8,000." You know what I'm saying? But
Ooh,
it was,
yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't,
yeah.
it wasn't
So
just, it wasn't just that day. It's been coming since like March, of the year, and I was just
no, I
about
hear
it.
you, brother. So we'll put out the disclaimer right away because we already know TQL is going to see this video.
Right.
Uh, the disclaimer is uh, Gabriel has told me backstage that they have paid him. And so now we're just kind of going to talk about the situation, clarifying the situation. And I'm sure, right? I'm sure that they were going to pay you regardless if you were going to spray paint, pay me $8,000 on your trailer and drive to their headquarters.
Correct. Correct.
We'll leave that at that, right?
Right.
But
Correct.
it's been paid, and so I'm
Hmm.
happy that that worked out. Now let's go back March.
Correct.
What's going on? Why are you feeling like you need to make a statement? What's going on?
Well, for the past 2 years, well, I've been in the business for about 2 years now, and since when I've been in the business, it's kind of like the business has been on the down low. You know what I'm saying? I got my, I've been having my CDL for a while. Been in the business for like 4 years, but my company is about 2 years old or more. And around that match, we were running. I have three trucks. My driver were running loads and what have you, freights here and there, and get into like June, July, picked up this one load for TQL um, from Chicago coming down to Conroe, Texas. Apparently, my driver delivered the load, clean bills, no, no damages reported. Usually, how it happens is if shippers or receivers, if they notice any damages, they tell the driver, they call it to the driver attention, they put in
Mm-hmm.
notes on your POD or your BOL, whatever you got, they put a note on there. But on this fateful day, my driver is a clean bill. He sent it to me. I sent it over to my factoring company, and the next day I wouldn't get paid. My factoring company reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, we contacted TQL and they said, there's a claim on this load." I'm like, it was shocking. So
Mm.
on reaching out to TQL, they said they don't know the details. we should give them few days and they're gonna get back to us. Then my factoring company reached out to me about 1 week after and said, hey, look, we won't factor no load for TQL no more. And every other load that we had factored, we have to rebate you. We gotta, recourse your charge. That's the loads that I've done and me and my driver have done since February, come March, coming back to July, June, July. You get my point, which led to $8,000. It wasn't just one load that is $8,000. It was that one load, $2,000 from Chicago to Texas, $2,000. Then it's like a policy with TQL that I never know about. You know what I'm saying? That if you have a claim on the load, every other load that they haven't paid for 90 days back or whatever days back, they're gonna put a hold on the payments.
Ooh, so they put a hold on all of them.
Yeah, so they put a hold on all of my payment back pay.
Mm.
So that's kind of like what led to like all the because you ain't gonna see $8,000 around now, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, what load are you taking for
yeah,
TQL that you seen
yeah.
8,000?
No,
So
like
okay,
if
so that
anybody's
was the
gonna pay you
first one.
$8,000 right now, not even TQL, I
Yeah,
could say that for sure. Well, maybe we get into winter. You might get a load going to Washington for $8,000 from the south. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But yeah, so they put a hold on all the loads back, from March, and that's kind of like I was holding on to it. My factoring company, G Squared Factoring, they hastily, reached out to me even though I had a 1 year contract with them. I try to get on plan with them. Hey, can you guys, make a $300 a month plan or like a $500 a month plan while I'm resolving these, with TQL, the rates are bad right now. If you take $8,000, I don't even make $8,000 a month right now. You know, I can make $8,000, going with bills and everything that's going right now. You know what I'm saying? So I try to reach out to them. They give me an agreement, but we was on the basis of, hey, every load you factor, I will have to take $500 after the load. So
Mm,
basically, if I run a $500 load, they're ready to take $500 of my money.
mm,
So at one point, I was just going local, right? Dallas to Houston, Houston to, and it was like maybe I make a $900 to run. They want to take 500. How you gonna feel? Like you won't feel right, even if it's just 2 weeks, because you're gonna be going for the next 2 months, trying to pay $8,000.
mm,
Because at one point I had to pack my other truck, because the rates are so bad. After I pay my driver, get diesel out, and maintenance, a tire blow out, I'm making like even I'm running a loss. So it's kind of like I'd rather pack my truck than running them, and I'll just drive one when necessary. Like if I gotta pay my bills, I just make one run, come back home, and call it a day. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So this load, when I paid my factoring company about a month ago. They, we had a whole series. Me and my factoring company, they can confirm it. The owner, one of my account managers, Steve, or what's name, he, it was a crazy one. I won't even, like, they debate my money hastily, like,
mm.
yeah, they had to take the money.
No, I hear you.
So so that alone, I feel betrayed. You get my point? Because like I've been with you guys for over a year now. I got insurance. I got all this stuff. I got my company, and it's like someone is running. I don't know how that works, but I'm working to move on to the next one right now. But when they debate me, then I was free of paying them. I'm like, okay, you know what? I think it's time for me to go after my money and get my money from TQL, because they owe me money. The rates are bad. I got bills piling up. I got maintenance coming. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. It's
Mm,
my money. So if I'm saying right now, for the past 1 year, if you run the load for $8,000, you probably spend over 45 to 48% in operating costs. You get my point? So
mm.
like, even though they owe me $8,000, I probably have about 4,800 to 5,200 of my own money on those loads. So like, you owed him my money. You
Right.
understand my
No,
point?
I get what you're saying.
These loads are delivered. You owed him. That's kind of like why I was angry. Like, no, this is not done. So, but I did everything though. I called several every other day. I call. Like, I called to the extent that the brokers on the other end, they know me.
Mm,
You understand? That's how much I sent emails when I drive and I'm on my break. I send emails. I have proof of all this. I have screenshots. You get? I send them. Look, when this happened, they said there's a hole. the big as the size of the eagle can fly through my
Mm.
truck. So basically, the claim was that the eagle flew into my truck, contaminated the product, and flew back out. This was a load of 2 days and fly back out.
They said a bird.
A bird fly into. I have the email. This is the proof. It's not. I'm not making up stuff. You understand? It's a conversation that's
Wow.
recorded. So a bird fly into my truck, contaminated the. You know. So now I'm like, okay, I acknowledge your damage. I acknowledge your claim. No problem. But now the problem is, where is the damage? Like you didn't show me no pictures. Usually you take a picture. You take a picture of my trailer. You know. You do all that stuff. So for over 2 3 months, there is no proof of your evidence. No, your claim. You can't prove it.
I need to see a feather or something,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
Gabriel?
I need to see something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what's happening, yo? So now I didn't even know how much the claim was until October 19th.
Mm. How much
So
was it?
I'm a member of NOOA. So I
Yeah.
went on there on October when I was done with it. I'm just like, you know what, I'm done with this. So I went on there. I went on Facebook. I made a post and said, hey, look, I know we don't hold for TQL because NOOA, they put out a disclaimer there for like close to over a year now that nobody should hold for TQL. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? But TQL, you have the bad ones and you have the good ones. You know what I'm saying? To me, I just believe that you're not gonna cut down the apple tree because of a bad apple.
Mm.
You understand? You gotta just take out the bad ones and make the tree. TQL helped me when I started trucking. They still help me when I'm in like I got some brokers I could call up there when I'm in like a dead zone and be like, hey, I have something maybe like 200 miles away. It's not paying much, but it's gonna get you out of there. You get my
Mm.
point? So you can't always. I wouldn't say they are all bad, but there are good ones out there. You get my
Okay.
point.
Hey, I
So so
appreciate that. I
so
think that's important too because uh, when we do post this in a little bit, for all the drivers out there, let's change up the question a little bit.
correct.
Have you had a good experience with TQL? That's the question. So, I'm curious to see what drivers say because, they can't be this big and everybody has a bad experience. And I know a lot of people have a lot of
Some
bad experience,
yeah.
but there's got to be someone working for their company that actually is prideful and cares about drivers. At least one. I mean, right?
One. Correct.
No.
Well, there
So,
I would say that they in as much as they get a lot of bad reviews or whatever. It's probably because
mm,
of the policies implemented. It's like,
mm,
oh, we're so big, we don't really care. We don't really need to watch closely about our staffs and all that. You could go on LinkedIn, you could go on Reddit. There was a staff member that came up there and said, hey, I work for TQL. I don't care what you say right now. I don't care about you coming here, pay me my $8,000. We're still gonna move our freight. We still got customers. You ain't gonna take us down. Like you ain't like someone from USA Transport posted that on Instagram, and right now in 2 days it has over 6.6 million views.
mm,
You get my point? So if I work for a company and there's something like that, 6.6 million views, and I come on LinkedIn and say I don't care, like you shouldn't be working there. You should get fired. You get
mm,
my point? You should care. You
yeah.
understand? If you go on that post on Instagram, over 85 to 90% of the comments there is all bad reviews. You
Mm.
get my point? You don't want that. You want to have a better relationship with them. You get
You
my
would
point?
think that the people at the top, would be like, wait a minute, are we not doing good by people? You know what I mean? Because
Correct.
here's one thing, and this, Gabriel, running a company yourself is like your right hand or left hand, they
My
always
right
going to
hand
be
is
like,
yeah,
oh,
correct.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's good, boss.
Everything is
Everything's
good. Yeah,
good.
everything is good. Yeah, correct. And you gonna believe that everything is good. Yeah,
Yeah. And so I would think that the CEO of any company is going to be like, man, I must be doing a good job because my right hand, left hand person keep on saying everything I do is good.
correct.
But when
For
you
sure.
hear that 6.6 million views and everybody's saying it's trash, then you got to be like, wait a minute,
Something is wrong.
something's wrong, right? Something's
Yeah,
wrong.
but
So,
in as much as I feel like this is an eye opener to
mm,
wherever the boss is at, they're gonna go there, and I feel like
mm.
something's gonna be done.
here's
So
my here's my curious question. After you went to the headquarters, how
correct.
long until they paid you?
On the 19th, right when I made that post, the dude. I won't forget that dude. I wish I could see him. I don't mind, going to watch some football with him, getting some beer or whatever.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't say I'll say this. When I was going there on the 19th, I wasn't going there on the intention of getting paid the same day. I was
Mm.
going there on making a statement. I was going there on creating an awareness, which is why I told the police officer. I said, look, I didn't come here for troubles. You understand? So the dude by the name Bill had called me when I made that post on. He called me and said, "Hey, look, Gabriel, I seen your post on LinkedIn. Apparently you posted it on Facebook, NOOA, and it's been catching a lot of attention. We are gonna deal with this. Please give me some time. Don't come on Monday, and neither do I want you to come on Tuesday."
They didn't see you didn't see the email, huh?
No, he called me. He did call me on the phone. So now, after he called me, I said, okay, I won't be coming. This was on the 22nd. Remember,
Mm.
I made my post on the 19th.
Mm.
So on the 22nd was when he called me. That was on a Monday. You understand? He said, don't come on don't come. I'm taking care of this. So now he called me again on Wednesday, on the Tuesday, I think Tuesday or Wednesday. He said, hey, Gabriel, we are going to release some fund to you because your claim is $6,000. I'm
Mm.
like, what do you mean? That was the first day since June. That was the first time I know how much my claim was. Then I go, hey, if you say I got a claim of $6,000, I have a cargo insurance of $250,000 that you could file a claim on. Why haven't you guys filed a claim on my cargo insurance?
Mm.
So if I'm a carrier, you can't even enroll me if I don't have my insurance. You get my point? So
Mm-hmm.
you are supposed to go file a claim on my insurance. Anything above $2,500. Now you claim because my deductible is 2,500. Even if it's up to my deductible, you
Mm.
still got to go through my insurance. You got to pay me. You don't owe my pay. You got to go through my insurance, and my insurance is gonna either invoice me and tell me, hey, look, this deductible you're capable of it. You got to pay this broker 2,500 for claim after
Mm.
all investigation is met.
Right.
You don't owe my pay. I gotta pay my driver. I gotta,
Right.
buy diesel. When you owe my pay, no, you don't work like that. So I just found out on the 21st that, hey, look, the claim. So I told him, like, you can't owe my pay for that. You gotta go through
Mm.
my insurance. Then he said, okay, we're gonna release some amount, about 5,800. So give me some time while we work on this. I said, no problem. You only have 1 or 2 weeks. I said, look, I have a tiny patience. I can't really trust you right now because I've been receiving, the same premises for the past 7 months.
Mm.
I got to trust your own premises different.
Mm.
You know, so you got to show me that it's different. You get my
Mm.
point.
Yeah.
So now he told me that. Then 20. This was 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st. No calls after when he told me they were working on it. On the first, which was the due day. you know, and WOA, we on vacation on the first. We were not going to pick up on the freight. The freight was low, so we all decided to go on vacation on the 1st of November. You know, I call it vacation because I don't know. I prefer the word vacation. I was on vacation. I'm like, look, it's gonna be nice if I have my $8,000. I wish Tiki are gonna pay me, but can I make a call and see if Bill is really doing anything about this case he called me about? Picked up my phone. I wasn't. Luckily for them, I was in Ohio on this day, 28
Mm.
minutes away from Cincinnati, the headquarters. Then I called Bill. You know, some lady by the name Sam picked the call. She asked me for my MC. I don't want to give her my MC number because when you give her your MC number and she, look up what you have going on, they might, bank the call, whatever they're gonna do. I just told her, hey, my name is Gabriel Scott. Can I talk to Bill? She said, Bill is on the other call. I said, I'll wait. Then she goes, hey, can I have your MC number while you wait? I said, okay. My MC is, I gave it to her. And she said, oh, I see your case. Bill is still on the other call. Do you still want to wait? I said, yes. I waited for about 23 to 28 minutes and she hung the call up on me.
Mm.
You get. So now, this was around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning on the 1st of November. You know, then I'm like, you know what? I called again, voicemail. I'm not going to take this. You get my point.
Mm.
I stood up from my truck, Call my driver because I was, of course, on another load for IEL. Call my driver. It brought the other truck. I switched the trailer, dropped the trailer. There's a saying that says they kept saying, "Oh, this is not my trailer." All my trucks and trailers are paid off. By the way, I got a flatbed, I got a pneumatic trailer, I got a driver, and I got a reefer. I could, bring out the titles. There's no point, but I could bring out the titles. All my trucks have. I'm a forex trader, by the way. I trade forex, and it's kind of like what I do. I don't know if you know about that. I did that, make some money, and before I bought, my truck and what have you, do some other stuff. That's my own personal life. So I called my other driver. He brought this truck. Then I'm like, you know what? Because he was close by too. I'm not gonna have this with TQL today. I went to take a shower, drove my
Mm-hmm.
truck. So from 10 a.m. I didn't receive no call. Till when I went to Walmart, no call. I bought the spray paint for $5. Till when I made all the spray, pay me my money, $8,000. Nobody called me. So if I had not, make that statement that day, till this day, they probably wouldn't have called me either. I don't know what's happening back. I just want to know what's happening. So then I went to Walmart. I sprayed, pay me my money. So in the process when I was spraying or while I was at Walmart, if I received a call from Bill or from any representative, hey, Mr. Scott, we actually paid you some money. Oh,
You would
we are
stop.
actually, I will stop. So nothing like that happened.
Mm.
So I wasn't having it again. Like I said, I've been waiting since March. This is my money. I work for it. You get, come rain, sunshine, everything. I work for the money. I'm gonna get my money. So
Mm.
I spray painted. When I spray painted, everybody was looking at me at Walmart. Some staff saw TQL, paid me my money. Apparently, it was catchy. I don't know how. I just did it. I never spray painted. I was just like, if I go there with my truck, probably won't, make any sense. But if I go there, since it's the headquarters, pay me my money, TQL, everybody's gonna know. I don't need to say nothing. So that's how I sprayed it, and I drove up there. So when I drove up there, the crazy part is with Coyote, the staff still came up to me, shook my hand, and talked to me.
Mm.
But with TQL, on the other hand, the security was the first person to jump on me, like they were expecting me. And it was like, hey, you need to leave here. You could have come to me and talked to me. I'm like, security, I don't have anything with you. You know. Then the staff, some of the staff, four of the staff or five came down and started calling the police.
Mm.
You get my point? You saw me, you didn't even talk to me. You called the police to do what? To arrest me? If I have a business, if my truck is in your office, that means there's a reason why I came there. I'm not crazy to just come there. There's got to be an antecedent behavior towards my action.
Mm.
The antecedent behavior is what provoked me to come down there. So now they called the police instead of even walking up to me and saying, "Hey, Gabriel, actually this and this is going on." No, they said, "Get the police, get him out of here." That's what they said. But the problem is they don't know that they were saying they were going to impound my truck. But had
Mm.
my truck been impounded or had I been arrested, there would have been 50 more trucks coming the next day to TQL office because I had the support of NWOA.
Mm.
Understand? Michael Bolstein said, "Hey, you got my support. Whatever happens,
Yeah.
you just go there. You're gonna be the scapegoat. Let them try it. You know, let them try it." So they were lucky that I wasn't arrested. Neither I have people that were ready to post my bond when I do get arrested. But so imagine Cincinnati, TQL office, 50 trucks. Just imagine that. And NWA has over 400,000 members, truck
Mm.
drivers, owners, operators, and all that. So now
Yeah.
imagine 50 people sacrificing a day coming to TQL.
Yeah. No, it would have been. Yeah. Luckily, your statement made that sense. So basically, the police came. They didn't arrest you. They told
They
you you
didn't.
had to
Yeah,
leave.
no. But the thing is, when they came, I took the video down because it was part of the agreement. When they came, I was polite enough. I followed all orders. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like how people are like you. I don't argue with you. If you get if I come with everything up in the country, plus my skin, whatever. I'm always if you sit down, I sit down, hands in the back. When they came, they said, okay, we hear your plights. They are gonna reach out to you. You got to move your truck. And if anybody had the video of that conversation, I moved my truck. I
Mm.
didn't argue with them. I said, look, I even told the police officer, look, They called you for me. They're not supposed to call the police for me. Like none
Mm,
of the staff even came out to talk to me. It's even more disrespectful.
So no one ever came to talk
No
to
one
you.
ever, never ever, no one ever came to me when I was laying the complaint to the police. Then one of the staff, like kind of like walk sluggishly down to me and say, "Hey, look, we know you are here. You made your awareness. Please go before you get arrested or whatever. We're gonna take care of this." Then I left. When I left, I kept getting honked from the staff members. Someone gave me a bag of chocolates. It works
Mm,
at TQL. He said, "I drove behind you just to give you made my day." He gave me a bag of chocolate, and I kept getting honks like thumbs up. I don't know. I didn't know what I did. I just wanted to like, hey, you guys are owing me. So I guess he blew up and thumbs up and what have you. I got to Walmart. I received a call from Bill. Bill was like, "Hey, Gabriel, I saw a picture of you on your truck. I saw a picture. I didn't know it was you, but someone said, that there's a truck. So I already got a notice. So when I
mm,
seen the truck, I know it was you."
mm,
I'm like, "Brother, I called you earlier today, man. Why am I just receiving this call right now? I called
mm,
you before I took my actions." He said, "Hey, Gabriel, we actually have paid you 5,800." Then I'm like, "No, my money's not 5,800. My money's $8,000." He said, "Where we So he said, "Hey, yeah, we were working on the balance, but right now we are releasing the balance up to you. You get all your payments." So apparently, I probably wouldn't have gotten my balance if I didn't take that action. But 5,800 was released without my knowledge. So now, if I got $1 billion company and I have representative, if I made a payment of 5,800 to Mr. A, that's supposed to give Mr. B. I'll call Mr. B. Hey, we paid you 5,800 yesterday. You wouldn't wait 26, 23rd, 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 on the first. And I still called and it wasn't acknowledged after, 8 months. Come on now. After it doesn't work like that.
mm,
You get my
mm.
point? So when he told me like, "Hey, we paid you 5,800. Have you confirmed from your factoring company?" And factoring company, I'm not in good terms with them already. And
Mm,
you know how they works. They what sometimes they might according when I did call them, I challenged them, phone record and everything. They said, "Hey, look, we when you get a positive rebate, we don't pay you till the end of the month, or we wait till the money clears and let you know." So he claimed on the phone that they paid me on the 26th. You understand? So I came on the first. So even on the 26th, they might just see the money processing. It's not fully cleared. If I don't know what means of payment, that's
right.
what the lady told me. So now, so I wouldn't. Yes, my factoring company could have told me, but the first hand person that could have told me, knowing that I am aggravated, could have been TQL calling me and say, "Hey, man, I already made the payment, man. I told you we're gonna work on this, man. Look, we just paid you 5,800." If I was the staff, that's what I would do. Say if I have someone threatening to come up to my company and I paid them 5,800, I would have told them the day I did the payment or the day before or the day after that, "Hey, we're paying you tomorrow 5,800. Watch out for this. We paid
Mm,
you 5,800 yesterday." But you're not gonna wait 5 days and tell me that, hey, after I showed up, you now tell me, you paid me. That's kind of like where we had the miscommunication.
right.
You get my
So
point?
if we're saying the record straight,
Yeah,
you're owed 8 grand. They paid
correct.
5,800,
5,800. Correct.
but the communication there sucks. So
Correct.
if someone would at least called you at one point when you've been trying to
They,
call them every single day
yeah.
and said, "Hey, I'm Bill. Just like
Well,
I told you,
they
I'm
paid they
working on
paid me
this."
they paid me 58. No, we got to take that back. They paid me
Okay.
5,800 after I had made the post that I'm bringing my truck
Mm.
to TQL. And even when they made that payment, they didn't inform me that they made the payment. I don't take my cash. They pay the factoring company. They made the payment 5 days before I showed up at the office.
Now
But
we can
this
see what's wrong
payment,
with TQL. Y'all need to work on your communication, man.
you get my
You
point.
know?
So communication pattern goes a long way. So
I
now
agree.
my,
I
my
agree.
question also is that what happened before the how come you guys paid me because you know I come
You know, if
here
you
and
didn't
say
make
I'm
that post, you
yeah,
wouldn't get paid.
yeah. So how come You paid me after I said I'm going to show up with my truck at your office. So now the thing is, if it was $2,000 or $1,000, I probably wouldn't show up. I probably would forget the money. So now imagine how many drivers, how many carriers have left $2,000 or $1,000 with TQL. I promise you, they got millions of claims that is swept under the decks.
Mm, mm. No, I hear you.
If you bring the claim forwarder, bring the claim forwarders, they are they are broke. They are carriers that have closed down right now that still have claims with TQL that is not resolved yet. That's got to
Mm.
be looked upon. You get my point? So
No, I got
it's
you.
not
No,
done that
it's
way, man.
look. This is a big issue. It's one of those things where communication is everything, right? And I
Correct.
think that's the big takeaway from this. It's like, why does someone have to call you every single day and then finally make a post about, I'm going to show up at your headquarters,
Right.
for you to even say, you know what, let me pick up the phone and talk to this person.
Correct.
you know
Yeah,
it,
that's it.
it, any business, actually, anybody, when you're watching this, if there's any issues with anybody, just pick up the phone and be honest.
Correct.
you know just be honest and be like, if they go, look, in our record, we don't know, all we see is that it says an eagle went in there and destroyed this load and then flew out,
Correct.
and I got no clue, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to call you next week at this time. It doesn't have to be you calling them 10 times a day.
Yeah, I have call records, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, you know, Bill reached out to me and told me like the bosses were they're not really of course happy with what's happening, and that I should take down my post. I painted my truck. I don't know if you've seen it, but this dude Alec on LinkedIn, I painted my truck, took everything down. I don't have no post with TQL. The live stream was taken down. I think the post going on Instagram is one of the staff that posted on Instagram. So
Right,
I don't.
right.
I got my payment for 5,800. I'm expecting to be paid about 2,000 and some change by the 26th to 29. I think you said, and that's kind of like I trust him for his words now. You get my point because it said it and it did it. You get
No, no.
now. I
And you
now
know
I
what? I'm
don't.
going to put this part in the beginning,
So
Gabriel, so
so.
people know, so that when Bill watches, be like, man, Gabriel, why you messing with me again? Why you messing with
Yeah. So,
TQL? So look, I'm going to put
so
this in the
yeah.
beginning so people
Mm,
know
yeah.
Gabriel Scott and TQL are okay again,
Yeah.
but TQL, work on your communication,
Yes, correct. So,
you know? Eh,
um, we did resolve issues, and he told me, take down your post, and everybody can go their way, which we did, and everybody was happy.
Hey,
I
there
mean,
it
I'm
is,
I'm happy, and everything going on. We just need the industry to be better, man. We need the industry to be good. Everybody can if the carriers drivers are good, the brokers are gonna be good. You understand? We don't want a one receiving end in this industry. You know what I'm saying? We're going through enough hardship right now. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? With parts, mechanic labor, you know, the work condition, leaving the house every day, leaving your family, leaving your kids, going out there every seconds of the clock as it passes by, we risk our life every day. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
If I'm risking my life every day, I want to get paid for that. You get
mm.
my point?
No,
And that's the
hey,
main reason why I did show up. I didn't show up and coming out there to, deface or, take you any bad name or whatever. But I just, showed up to create an awareness and like I said, sometimes after going the right, corporate way with the blue pen and paper, a little deviance, is allowed in society. Just a
mm.
little that won't hurt nobody.
No, man, no, I appreciate you for being on the show, and
Yes.
I'll I'll edit this, as far as I'll put that stuff in the beginning, so that people know that, hey, you and TQ are all right. Things got
Hmm.
handled,
Hmm. Correct.
and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty for it to get handled. But you know,
Correct. Correct. I appreciate it, brother.
you know what I mean. But hey, a lot of drivers were smiling. A lot of drivers were emailing me and just said, "Now there's a driver that's uh, about his business right here." So hey,
Yeah.
I
Correct.
wish you the best with all your businesses. Wish you
Hmm.
success. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
man, that's good. That's good stuff,
Hey,
brother.
I got my first line reporter right now. I got your number, look, and I got your Facebook. So if I see a major issue out there, I could always first line report it to you. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
know, man. All that's the thing. People don't know. Sometimes I just don't know how to get sometimes I don't know the current events that are happening until people
Yeah,
send it to
Kurt.
me. But
Yeah, sure.
you
We're
see
gonna
how I
we're
am,
gonna have
brother.
to.
I just send it, man. I just you know what I mean. People have
I
been
love
wanting
it,
me
man.
to reach out to you, so I'm really glad that we are able to talk. And I wish you the best. Your energy is great. I
Thank
know
you
you're
so
gonna be
much, brother.
successful in life. You're already successful in life. You know what I mean. So
Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
know,
sir.
much blessings, brother.
Thank you very much. Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
All right, man. I'll
it.
talk to you later, man.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.